There aren't enough Beatles anymore.
Right. Right.
The ones that were in the band, you know?
Right. Yeah, that's exactly half now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I never really got, and I never had a Beatles phase, you know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I never listened to. I only know them as like public figures, and like obviously know the hits, and they're like a ton of hits.
I don't even want to talk about the Beatles.
Right. When people, well, let's talk about being ignorant of the Beatles, man.
Yeah.
Where could you ever hear that?
I know. Where's that?
like I hear people talk about, you know, Sergeant Pepper all the way through, and I'm like, okay, good for you, man. Like.
Yeah, I'm proud of not having like cared about the Beatles a lot. There's like
honor
with the White Album.
Right. Yeah, I know what it looks like. I don't know what songs I know of theirs are on that, if any.
Yeah. There's the White Album, and then they made a bunch of other ones.
Right. There's the one with them crossing the street.
Uh-huh.
I know that one's called Abbey Road.
They've been around the block.
Mm-hmm. That's where they took that picture. Do you want that joke? You could have that joke. That came up naturally.
People wouldn't have thought that they did if they didn't take that picture.
Right.
These guys aren't worldly enough.
These guys have been around the block. The Beatles have been around the block. That's where they took that picture of them crossing the street.
Now there's proof. Now there's evidence.
I kind of want. Do you care if I say that on stage, or should we both say it on stage? Because we both came up with it.
We can both do it. Yeah.
Okay. What's your? I am so high. I forgot if that was your idea or my idea. That was so
I want to say that I said the line that it was your idea. Or like you brought up the topic.
Right.
If I remember right. We can check the tape.
Yeah. Let's check the tape on that one. That's funny. Yeah. We'll decide who gets to say it on stage.
Yeah, we can both.
That's funny.
We can both say that one. Yeah, they've been around the block.
Yeah. Oh, now you're saying we can both say it.
I would say,
Are we checking the tape? Or are we?
I would say just let it go. Like we can. That's both our jokes. If it happened,
like the off chance that you would lose, you're saying.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah, that's why I said it. Is because I was thinking, it might not be mine.
Right.
But yeah, the Beatles, and the Rolling Stones, and everyone's like. Right. Everyone always has to be all about it. Or I mean, that's just like a general expectation.
Right.
I think
it was a Pepsi Coke thing, I think, like at one point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They are kind of like that. Or they're like heated rivals. But I mean, just that they're, those are the two biggest ones.
Right.
In the 60s.
Like pop and rock, really, you know, essentially.
Yeah, it's pop music.
Mm-hmm.
I think that all music is pop music.
Yeah.
But it's like the stuff that people care about, all the stuff we remember
right.
is all pop music because it got popular.
Right. And this is a conversation I've had several times before, and I don't know if it was here or not, but yeah, that's why I don't really like that as a genre, because like you can describe a song that is, I don't know. It shouldn't always be the same that a pop song, not all pop songs are popular, but all popular songs are pop. You know what I mean? I think that can lead to some confusion when you tell someone that you're in a pop band. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
For example.
People shouldn't say, like, I make pop music, or they should have another genre because it's all pop anyway.
Right.
It might be like, maybe we're just getting to the heart of knowing that it's all pop music. So it might be better to directly...
There's a formula, right?
I guess that's what I would think, is that it'd be better to directly address, I'm doing pop music.
Right.
Because that'll probably be like... Because the future is kind of more honest.
Right.
So like if people need to identify it, and that's just kind of like the way that it'll go.
Right.
It's like we're going to identify that it's all pop. So I think it's better... Or like I'm making electronic music, I would call it pop.
Right. If a thing is popular and more people hear it, then it is more likely to influence somebody's artistic sensibilities. So
yeah,
maybe that's why, pop music hasn't changed, as much, because there hasn't been something as revolutionary that was also popular. Well, I guess that's what rap is, but like I think
it's kind of like making a song that's better than the other ones.
Right.
And then there's all these other ones that are worse according to what people
and then like
subjectively judge it as.
And it used to be like a very significant like distinction that like the Black Eyed Peas were hip hop. You know what I mean? It was like the start of that, but like their production style like kind of took over everything, and then now it's like kind of everything sounds as big as a Black Eyed Peas and can dip into rap and synthesizers and singing and different vocalists and like
they went all out on their production.
And like Black Eyed Peas came out around the same time as like MGMT, which was like the flagship for the modern alternative at the time. So like, and that's something that I think is harder to grasp now, because a lot of alternative stuff gets popular and I don't know how to feel about it. You know what I mean?
I don't know what alternative rock does anymore. As far as I know, it kind of ended in 2016 or something. But like alternative radio, I don't think that's a thing.
Right.
There's still alternative music. But I mean, there's kind of more music made now than ever before. So like a lot of it is alternative.
Right.
But it's kind of like just making something that sounds better than the rest, and then like that becomes popular. That's a reason why it's hard to make an album full of only good songs. Is because like it's like one will always stand out or something. So it's like you can't escape from making shit that's worse.
Yeah.
Even if you just make one song, I guess I would say just like making a couple songs. Even if you just make one song, there's like a part of the song that's better than the rest of the song.
Right. The hook.
Yeah.
When I'm back in Chicago.
Yeah, well, maybe it's the hook. And people usually give it credit as like it's the chorus, but it might just be it's just whatever is the best part of the song sounding. It could be the verse. To people, they're like, oh, that's why we like it. But it's hard to make the whole song the same, like it's all good without being like, this part is better. Like, especially when you make a song or whatever. Or probably like if you make a movie.
Right. To like just continue on the same momentous thing.
Yeah. Do you feel like when you make a movie that it's like, there should be a peak, or like you want to build it to the end, or like the ending is the best part?
Right. Some I come up with like a moment or image to center it around, and most of the time it is at the ending. But it's in short films, like you kind of have to be efficient. It's like one-liners, it's like everything counts. So it's like ideally everything is servicing the same idea. So like, I wouldn't say there's any of my movies are like, remember the movie with that one cool part? It's like, hey, remember that movie, which not to self whatever, but
so you'd say the movies that you make are pretty consistent?
Yeah, tonally. And I mean, it's like I'm very subversive, like, and there'll be turns and stuff, but it's never.
So you might throw some surprises in there, but it's not.
It's good before.
It's not like a Night Shyamalan. Yeah, like you can do surprises or whatever. It's like the show Community. It's like every episode is like a hook.
Right. A central theme that,
Yeah. But like if it's a movie that's consistent, it's kind of more like realistic. But if it's like you're crafting it or making it more of a formula, or you're like, this part's really good, then that's kind of more pop-ish, I would say.
Right.
But a band like Tonic, the rock band from the 90s, they seem like a consistent, like their music out, the whole album is just kind of like every song is pretty similar, and it's just like a sound.
Right. It's their bit.
So they're not necessarily popular.
Right. Yeah. Do you have to have a single to be pop? You can't have a concept album, a pop concept album?
I guess it helps to put out singles to be pop.
Right.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are not putting out any singles, that's more punk rock.
Right.
Right. Or like, again, going against the grain.
Right.
It's like, we're not going to do it the way that you wanted it.
Right. Which is an alternative, but not alternative. The perfect movies are great. That have the same momentum all the way through. I would like a comedy set to be like that. And I can think of one example of a song that I think is all the way through like great, and that's Funky Town.
Okay.
Because they want to admit to Funky Town and it's like every part of it is a hook, and like it's all hook, and that's exceptionally written song.
Yeah, that's why it's hard to write songs. It's like you might have one part that's good, and then you got to actually write a whole other part that's just as good to match it. Whatever.
Right. Now I'm helping out at a cannabis boutique in Clintonville that sells the THCA stuff.
Okay.
Which if you ever see like an ad for like Tommy Chong or just I don't know if the Seth Rogen weed like ships, but like all the big weed brands, or there are brands of THCA that you get an ad for. Any mail you these gummies shit is going to be THCA because the whole federal thing, and THCA is like this crazy like chemical loophole because it's not THC, but when it is combusted, when you light it, when you smoke it, it turns into THC.
Okay.
So it's basically like selling water is illegal, so they're selling ice. You know what I mean? It's like so it doesn't have. They don't have to have like the restrictions that the dispensaries do.
What does THCA do?
It's the same thing as THC. It becomes THC when it's burned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just like how the molecules are like. I don't know. They put it in a centrifuge.
Do you ever do like
shit.
Delta 8 or Delta 10?
No. It's and it's a shame that Delta 9 is like THC is Delta 9.
Yeah.
Or THCA is. I mean,
or like whatever everyone smokes is 9.
Right. That's the stuff that you can get like at gas stations and like this boutique, and
you can get like 8 and 10 at gas stations, maybe
8 and 10 like gummies or cans of the drinks, or
like gummies or
do they have
or stuff.
Right? Do they have weed drinks in the gas stations now? I
don't know, but like you can buy like what THC 8 and 10 or whatever you call it.
In eighths? You mean?
No, just not the 9. Like 8 and 10, you can buy them at more places. Or like 9 is the official one that you have to like go to a dispensary.
Oh, no. Regular THC is...
Delta 8, that's what I'm trying to say.
Right,
Delta 10.
Yeah, right, for sure, yeah. Like,
and I just wonder, like, what's the deal about, like, is 8 just as good as 9, but it's just not popular? Or so, like, everybody decided...
8 is more synthetic, I think. Like, it's...
Is it?
Yeah. And...
I guess I just picture that it's a chemical compound like 9 is, but it's just like, oh, no, we don't like the 8.
Right.
As a society.
I think, right. It's like number bias.
That one sucks.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think it's they I don't know, they take regular THC and do something something intrusive to it to make it turn into vegan a lot.
It's still not loud enough.
Still not loud enough. Why is it saying red on this?
I mean, it's just like depends on the sentence you say.
Yeah. I need a pop filter.
I can't do anything about it.
Right.
Overall.
Okay.
But I'm always like paranoid that it's too quiet, so I'm always like turning it up too loud.
Right. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably fine, but
people have different registers. I mean, no, I saw it was going red for a little bit there, but I'm not worried.
All right.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
Talking about the Delta 8s and
Right,
10s.
right, for sure. Like, yeah, I've so that place has been hooking me up with their stuff, and like that's all I've my supply is all 9, and like I noticed the difference.
I only do 9 myself.
You do okay.
Yeah.
So you know about this stuff a little bit, or?
Right. Well, 9 is just like, as far as I know, that's just like all the weed. Is 9.
Right.
Yeah.
Not all weed, but like.
But like all the mains, all the stuff I smoke is 9.
Right. Okay.
But it's like, are there 11s?
Right.
And what?
I'm sure.
What are the conspiracies surrounding?
Right. I see what's going on.
The standard deviations from the 9, where you're like 2 will get you to 11, and it's like, what's going on out there?
Mm-hmm.
What high does it give you?
Right. It could be dangerous, So you should investigate that. So you could prevent a Delta 9/11.
I know, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what needs to be prevented most. I didn't even think about that.
Smoke. I thought you were slyly referencing
No.
your 9/11 You were just going up. You were just counting up.
Yeah, I was going up the flights of stairs.
You said 8-10. And then
I was just saying, like, centered around a 9.
Right.
What's happening? But I did not mean to be like conspiracy to 9/11. 9/11's just in everything I do.
Right.
It just comes out of my mouth.
Yeah. It's the underlying, tone.
Yeah. I'm coming up on, I was thinking about it, have lived in Columbus for 9 years and 11 months this February.
You gotta love
That's
that.
a bunch of... that's an important fact, I guess, or something. Yeah, I gotta do something special. I gotta get a cake.
Yeah.
The 9/11 cake, where it's got the Twin Towers and the fire and all that.
Just ask for, could I just have 2 really big rectangle candles, please?
2 really big rectangle cakes, whatever. Just like a bunch of cake. I need 4 plain cakes and 2 tower cakes and a Pentagon cake, and then a field cake for them to land in.
Right.
Yeah, but
it's a lot of cake.
Yeah, it might be too much cake.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, it's the danger of whatever new chemical compound could be a drug. Or it's like LSD is just something that somebody invented.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so,
designer drugs.
And then people are like, that's the one we're afraid of because somebody just made it and it's not natural. I tend to trust, from doing LSD and mushrooms, I trust LSD a little bit more. And I think that LSD is the future and shrooms is like the past. Shrooms is like where we came from. LSD is like 20th century that they even made it.
I got you, yeah.
And it's more alien, as far as I remember it. It's more like you talk to aliens than mushrooms. I feel like it's maybe you're just talking to yourself. Do you think that's true?
Oh no, I'm team mushrooms really, because it is natural, and
whenever I do them, I'm like, I got to do this more often.
Then you forget.
Then I forget. Yeah. Then I get back onto default regular world, high on just the regular world, which is just like the standard thing.
Right.
That everyone gets high on. Because it's like the chemicals that people are breathing in regularly without any drugs. That's a drug. Just like world. Just the standard. You're on a drug no matter what. But that's just the most popular one. Is just breathing in the whatever in the air. But it gets more.
Could you consider it popular or just the most used?
Popular.
Yeah. Is it pop drug or?
It's popular and the most used. It's like that's the one that everybody's on, and it gets more alternative just because there's fewer people on alcohol in comparison to just like regular breathing. But I just wonder what is
the definition of a drug? What's the difference between caffeine and like sugar or whatever?
It's all drugs. Like different churches you go to are different drugs, I would say. I feel like people.
I mean, there's like there's a point where you get to metaphor at that point. You know.
Yeah, albeit of
saying,
the masses.
Yeah, but like, what is the? I don't know. The rhetorical definition of drug.
That's a good question.
How did it come to be? And like, why did we not have a different word for good drugs and bad drugs? Like, is this something that affects your physiology? Because doesn't everything like affect?
Yeah. What can you do that isn't like?
Or calories, drugs?
Something that isn't influencing you in any way. Like, is there anything like that? I feel like people, you could argue, are drugs. Like a person around you influences you, and they're like...
The experience of it can be psychologically addicting.
Yeah. Right, well not everybody.
I think you gotta know where...
Different people...
I think part of the reason why I want to know what the definition is because I want to have you find the line of where you're becoming metaphor. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
sorta.
Like for you, there's no metaphor of like you know, being with my dog is like a drug, and being with my dog is.
So you want me to like differentiate?
Yeah, because there's different, you know, like.
Yeah, like where does one stop and where does one start?
Where does it become like allegorical and not literal? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I would say that it's an important thing is that it does end somewhere, even if I don't know where the ending is. It's like, and it has to do with just the way that the word has been defined.
Right.
It's the way that we identify it has borders somewhere.
Right.
Where it's like, once you get out of these borders, then you're going to be categorizing it as something else. And that's the way, like, as if you're walking around in the world.
Right. But I mean, even the word drug is a human construct. You know what I mean? As opposed to something that can be like defined like tree or, you know, garlic. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's like more synthetic of a word or like an idea. Or it's more like man-made.
Yeah, it's a social construct.
Than a tree.
Yeah. Then both a tree and the word tree.
It's a social construct. I mean, I guess it's like it's a word that can go over lots of things.
Right.
And so that makes it kind of artificial. It's kind of like a pronoun, or it's an identifier.
Right.
Like the word item.
Right.
That goes over everything. So and it's just kind of like a. I guess you could say when you say item is also like a man-made kind of word or like a construct, maybe.
Yeah, is a tree an item?
I think that it is. Item. I think so. The word identity, by the way, is literally the word itemness.
Why would we need the word item if we already had the word thing?
There's different.
I don't think
there's different variations of items.
I don't think a tree is an item until it's placed in a pot.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not. Well, I guess that's your personal pronouns.
That's my linguistic tendency. But
I mean, everyone's entitled to their own.
I think items.
What do you say? It's not a tree until it goes in a pot.
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you understand my meaning on that? Like once it becomes part of a human construct, then it becomes an item.
Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to say like item and drug are the same. I was just trying to.
Linguistically, I think they are both human constructs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. There's variations.
There's no objective item. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a word we had to make up.
I was trying to get to the heart of the idea that you brought up, or like a kind of like a big general word,
right?
Is more. I'm trying to say is like more artificial or more of a construct than something that's specific.
Yeah, that can be objectively defined.
Right.
Like, which is you know.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that drugs are there, like it gets more pointed. Like if you're drinking alcohol, then you're under the influence of that drug. But I guess I'm speaking more to just the relativity of it, where it's like you're under the influence of a number of things at one time. If you're out with friends,
Right.
because you have all those different friends influence you in different ways,
Right.
and your ability to identify them all, especially if you're more familiar with them, you have a lot of experience with them, so you know what that person is bringing or like how they're influencing you. Will give you more knowledge or intelligence about, or like you'll get a probably more direct blast of what they're influencing you with if you know more. Or what I mean, you open yourself up to it.
Right.
I guess I just think it's. I kind of want to know how drug would be related to item at this point.
In terms of it being a word that we had to make up to describe something as
Drugs or drugs?
as opposed to what is can you get to a dictionary?
Well, I mean, drugs is
what
like.
does the dictionary say a drug is?
Well, drug is so general a term that people just blame a lot of stuff on it in a negative way. But they wouldn't.
They blame. They categorize things and then blame them as drugs. You're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. But like, I want to know about all of the potential drugs that we could be on.
Is all medicine drugs?
Yeah,
Is medicine the same type of thing?
I'm not sure. Are we on drugs right now?
I mean, I definitely am. I think.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like I did some coffee and got me some caffeine.
Right.
It's just like I'm interested in what's like the popular ones. Like there's caffeine, but there's only a couple really that we do that were like popular, like alcohol, weed, and caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
And then the more niche it gets, is the more that people are like hate it.
Right.
Where we're like, that's not giving you any.
I still
I
want to
feel like-
know if sugar is a drug or not.
I think that it is,
Like,
but it
like linguistically or like.
I think-
objectively.
Yeah, I think that in real life, it's like
Yeah. In this current
In-
simulation that we're living in, is sugar
yeah,
objectively a drug?
it's kind of like a bad. Yeah, well, it's a drug because that's what we end up using the word drugs for. Drug is just kind of like a bad.
Is it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the argument. I think what we're talking about, and like I don't fully understand it, but it's the idea of whether language is prescriptive or descriptive.
Okay.
Like whether we are prescribing a word to a thing, or that thing needs to be defined by us.
It's like all of those drugs are more specific than the word drug. But if you are only saying drug, that's kind of like a dumber way of handling it, or just like ignoring it.
Mm.
If we were, just kind of like distancing ourselves from it, we should just be more accepting of drug.
Right.
Like, and then that way we can move past drug to the more
Mm-hmm.
all the different things that it can be or whatever.
Right.
We're keeping it at arm. We're keeping some bad drugs and some potential drugs we've never found. We're keeping them at arm's length by like kind of drug does a lot of work to just make it this big, popular, easy to understand thing for people that don't want to go into drugs.
Right. How about this? You know how, in my opinion, there's thing, and then once it becomes a construct, there's item.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe medicine, like, is natural, and then once like people use it and prescribe it like intentionally, it becomes drug. Like medicine is to drug as thing is to item.
I feel like the more people use it, is the more they'd be willing to call it medicine, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, like drug is a more a gateway.
Right.
It's a gateway drug, whatever. To
Is
more
medicinal drug redundant? Maybe we should just be referring to medicinal drugs as medicinal drugs more often, so that when we just say drugs,
potentially, that's a possibility. But it's like pot. It always will get like stuck. It always get caught up in stereotypes and stuff.
For sure.
Where it's like what, and I wonder about the stereotypes if they're like, do you want to get caught in that world where it's always like a joke, like the munchies and like
right,
and like
smells good in here.
Yeah, like I'm about to eat, so I want to smoke beforehand, stuff like that.
Get more hungry.
Yeah, like smoking to eat. Do you believe in that?
I absolutely do.
Okay.
Because
would you publicize it to other people, or would you like keep it discreet?
I wouldn't have said so.
I guess like I do sort of believe in that. I don't always get around to doing it, but I wouldn't publicize it. Like I'm.
Oh, like announce it
because it's like a caricature.
I don't announce it.
It's like a stereotype.
Right. I do believe in. I thought you meant do I?
Yeah. So you're like me, or you do.
I do smoke to get more hungry because it speeds up your metabolism. If you eat the same amount of food and don't succumb to the munchies as you would have high, then it's better.
I do get hungrier when I'm high.
Right.
And I'm not always hungry.
You don't need the calories, just
so it's kind of like medicinal, just in that respect.
Medicinal food. So all food can be medicine. Not all medicine is food. Yeah, man.
What do you think about
It's
weed?
literally arguing semantics, but it's very fun. I like talking about it's like the convergence of language and philosophy, which is kind of comedy,
like finding the gray areas in a word or definition of a word.
Yeah, especially the
where
word
two words intersect. Is a lot of what the comedy is. It's like you're taking advantage of a way that two words intersect people haven't thought of before. Or it's seeing a word as negative, where people usually see it as positive.
That used to be like, my linguistic, formula for a long time was like leaning in. And still, most of them are. But my friend just dropped an album, and I picked it up and gave it back to them. You know what I mean? Like things having different meanings, like. Because the context exists, it's impossible to be objective about anything. So. That's like kind of a part of, I think, all comedy. So so this is just, has been strangely on topic for us. It's good.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be like thinking of those things as you made the joke, or it's like, oh, this is...
It's all subconscious. It just naturally occurs. It's both an art and a science.
Yeah.
Arguing semantics. It's funny.
Yeah, well, it's like for every definition, there's a place where the definition of that idea ends, and then it starts to become something else. So I believe in those borders.
Right.
But they're not necessarily there. They're just kind of like artificial.
Right.
Kind of like the border between America and Mexico is like we're making it up.
Right. I mean, it's the humor is the surprise where it's a misdirect. You know what I mean? So it's like you think you're in one context and you're surprised to learn that you were in the wrong one. When there's a reveal or a punchline. So like. You think it's in this frame, this scene over here, but then you're like, it's actually. So you like change the context on people. Yeah. Sometimes with a joke. Right. Well, I mean, I think anything that is delivered like setup punchline is, in some way like that. Or at least it has that emotional arc of surprise. You know what I mean?
I tend to want to deconstruct the borders in lots of things, or just like on comedy or stage. I tend to want to go in that direction, where it's like, it's all nonsense.
Yeah, like, I've been struggling with it too, because go
up and whatever the audience well, you guys are the performers too. Is what it feels like to me.
You're part of it. Yeah, it should be. I think comedy should be as much jazz as it is a TED Talk. You know what I mean? And it's hard to do both at the same time. Like
don't make comedy jazz. Don't do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it needs to be inside the Venn diagram of comedy and jazz. Because if it's too jazzy, it's too crazy. If it's too it's
yeah.
too TED Talky, it's too TED Talky. It's like you have to have something that's both like
You do
artistic and entertaining.
You do not want it to be a TED Talk.
Right. I mean,
That's
some people.
for sure.
I mean, that people accuse Dave Chappelle of being like TED Talk comedy now.
I guess
because
like some of the
way
stuff he's made recently is a little.
Yeah, I mean, like, but that's always been his strength is like communicating an idea. You know what I mean? And like people like allow him to lean into that now, and he's telling longer form stuff that end in a surprise. And that's like a thing. Right.
If it's like innovative, I'm always interested in it.
So he's
especially if there's like a strange underlying joke.
Right. So as an example of that Venn diagram of like jazz and TED Talk, he's more in the TED Talk than the jazz stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like you and me and Brian Harris and Josh Ostroff, like we're more jazzy. You know what I mean?
Things need to get more jazzy.
Right.
I think it needs to head in that direction.
I think more people should be jazzy. I think me personally should be able to do something more TED Talky because I think I know jazz more than TED
I think
Talk.
a lot of people think I'm giving a TED Talk or like
right.
when I do
I
it.
mean that's part of the surprise is like you are a jazz
Sometimes
presenting
nobody
as a TED Talk. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I'll do the whole set and the surprise never revealed itself and they go home thinking it was
right
or whatever.
Right.
I mean, that's part of the fun.
Right.
Part of the fun is like
their arc of realizing and when you can like lean into it or not.
Yeah, well, part of it is just like how much am I willing to take about them not knowing or
right.
was...
How long can you commit to the bit until people realize?
Yeah, because you can just like lie about yourself
right.
a lot, and people will like then that can become what you are even if you never meant it.
Right. Yeah.
It's
Get
scary.
Contextualized like
but
that and labeled,
Yeah, but I guess I kind of feel like at the end of the day, it wouldn't even matter how much I lied because it's still me. But it might not be that way at all. It might just be like, no, at the end of the day, you just are a liar.
Right. Well, I mean, I think. Well, I don't. It's almost like the music genre conversation. It's like I think it is important distinction to have like alternative comedy versus like modern style or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, modern style, where it's like kind of more based off of popularity and laughs, no matter what.
Right. Well, I
like obviously, like laughs are really important or whatever. Like, I wouldn't want to commit the cardinal sin of being like, I can go up there and just do fun comedy and people don't need to laugh.
Right.
But it's like maybe that. Maybe people don't necessarily need to laugh a ton. Or it's like as long as they're laughing a little bit.
Right. And I think that ratio.
But it's like comedy clubs are like, you better do laughs.
Right. I think
apparently.
Yeah, I think the different big, New York, LA, like Chicago leans improv. You were saying like it's I think every big scene has a different little like precise alchemy like formula of like serious to goofy and abrasive to clean and like that type of thing.
Some places are more tolerant.
Right.
I was doing comedy in Chicago. It seemed like they were pretty tolerant.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a result of the improv thing because that's a lot of theater kids and whatnot.
Yeah, they've had to listen to a lot of bad ideas, I guess, for like improv.
No, but I think that's why I like a lot of Chicago comedians because like they have to put up with the crazies and they I think it's a little bit infectious and
Chicago seems like a good scene to go to. Or like the audiences would be nice. I mean, they're like Chicago-y.
Right, yeah, and they are they know that comedy is a thing there, so like they know what they're listening for. It's not just
they're like people, smart audience.
Yeah. It's not just people that happen to be in the bar when the comedy's happening.
Yeah, they're kind of like a smart audience.
Right.
I think. Or like they're open-minded, so it's just like whatever is going to happen.
Right. Well, hopefully we'll eventually build, maybe that can be my lifelong goal is to make Columbus an actual scene like that.
Yeah. Do you like jazz at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
What a
like,
pivot.
Yeah. Jazz is just kind of like a funny thing to like bring up because it's so improvisational.
Right.
It's like things are we're losing control.
Right.
Situation.
And well, it's just not
you bring
structured.
jazz into it, and now it's like
it is. I mean,
I can't. Where is it going?
Right. I mean, the people performing
because that's
jazz,
where the jazz is.
Right.
So you wonder how a genre like that ever stops being popular.
Right.
When it is.
Well, it just
can
never.
do,
Yeah. I don't want to say it never changes, but like its definition is like always applied to what it is. So like modern jazz is jazz.
Yeah.
Is jazz, so.
I mean, I guess it's like always still with us, or it's kind of like pop music where all music is jazz.
Right.
But if it's like a formulaic pop song, that's when it starts to not be jazz.
Yeah, I think jazz is
Well, jazz is
structured.
Yeah.
I think
so. Not all music is jazz, but
no, not all jazz. Not all jazz music is. No, I'll have to think about it. But like doing comedy jazz, you know what I mean? Like jazz as the as the concept and might be more implemented than as a musical genre. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or you just like you should just go up on stage and just like start.
I mean, it is. I might as well. I've always wanted to perform one-liners in front of.
And then like do that between jokes or whatever.
Yeah.
Somehow find a way to make that like hilarious sounding.
Yeah. Well, no, I think I know exactly what I would do with jazz under one-liners. It's just because it is in that style. I think. Because I always have to make it like a little bit different, a little bit out of control to make it like still funny to me. You know what I mean? And like I have to recall like the feeling of like when I first thought of it, and it made me laugh. But
adrenaline
do
rush.
some crazy, and that's what lets me get into characters so easily.
I know, yeah, because if it's just like too flat, or you're just gonna like say what you said,
right.
It isn't like you don't get that high where you're like, I'm gonna be able to make this fun for people.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
It's true. You gotta like push
put the fun and funny.
You gotta push the boundaries just while you're up there.
Yeah. How can you be funny but not fun? Like that's
right.
Yeah. And like
it's impossible.
Like I wish people would get your shtick faster. You know what I mean? And have fun with it.
Yeah.
But are those your best sets, you think, when people are having fun and you're able to give them more of
if they're having fun because they see that I'm up there to have fun.
Yeah.
Is when it goes well, even if they're not like I'll get the same amount of laughs one set and one set where I'm having fun, and then another set where I'm like in a bad mood.
Right.
I might get the same amount of laughs in both, but like I know it went better and the audience knows it went better.
Right.
When I was like had fun.
Right.
So then I don't have to deal with any like, oh, that sucked later on.
Right. It's interesting with your specific audience and bit. It's just like if a set doesn't go well, like the audience thinks it didn't go well in one way, and you thought it didn't go well another way. And it's usually both you and when I fail, it's and it sucks. It's like both me and the audience are thinking the same thing of, oh, this doesn't didn't land as intended. But you
so
are
then at that
you are
point you
almost
can get
intending
get on the same page, like tell them about it. I don't think this is going well, but you guys think a different way or whatever.
It's like oh man, it's it's interesting. I'm gonna have to switch some things up.
Yeah, it's just like the structure is always under attack if you let it, like the boundaries.
Right.
But that's like there's a standard for it that we call it comedy or stand-up comedy,
and I guess
where it's it has to meet these qualifications for it to be that, and then people get kind of rigid about that. Where it's like, wait a minute, you're not. Where they're like the rules.
I think alternative comedy is a vaguer definition than anti-comedy, which I think both of us do a little bit. in terms of
I think we both do a little anti-comedy.
in terms of like saying a joke landed or not, like you intentionally don't land it, you know what I mean? Like you call your shot here and then go here, as people, that's the arc of the perception of the thing, you know what I mean? And like, I think I get super excited about, I'm going to make my mark, man. You know what I mean? Like playing with the expectation, like
here it comes.
Right. Like we use people's expectations of people going up and trying to be funny, like against them. You know what I mean? Like we take the idea of a comedian, which everybody knows now, it's super oversaturated and whatnot. Yeah, basically, like it's comedy kink. But
we bastardize it.
Yeah. So maybe it is anti-comedy that. Well, are all alternative comics anti-comics? I don't think so. Anti-comedians or whatever. Not all alternative comedians do anti-comedy, but
I mean,
everybody who
there'd be an argument for that. I think.
Yeah, but everybody who does do anti-comedy is an alternative comic.
I think those are both pretty similar.
Right.
But there isn't like a standard for anti-comedy, but it just falls under like the name comedy. Right. Or like people don't identify. It's a lot less identified anti-comedy.
Right. I think there are more like tangible touchstone anti-comedy people, but it's overlooked. And alternative comedy people know about but can't really define. Or at least I can't.
Yeah. Especially not like the whole audience. A lot of them don't have the term anti-comedy. Right, so you haven't... If you can't name it as a big reason why you would be like
Andy Kaufman, like you can name a couple anti-comedy, like Tim and Eric, like stuff like that. And there are alternative people that don't like that stuff.
Tim Heidecker's comedy, I would say, is just alternative.
Right.
If I was just gonna say,
he might be the
Or like that comedy special he did was more like anti-comedy.
Like
but I wouldn't
the
call
early
it,
stuff. He's had
I wouldn't say he's trying to be like oppositional, like anti.
Right. I think he definitely had a shift. Like I think the stuff he did with Eric was had more anti-comedy than alternative comedy. But I think that got so notorious and kind of injected this bit of surreal, I don't know what to call their energy, into the idea of like alternative comedy. And because, anti-comedy like was an ingredient of it, like it had its own little cell of, Neil Hamburger, and stuff like that.
Yeah. I like his brand of comedy, whatever it is.
Right.
Or like the way that he talks to people in office hours, where he's always like teasing them,
right,
about being like bad at their job, or like not being good at comedy, basically. But like, I wonder what
and the callers and
like that's a good new way of doing things that I've seen, but I don't really know what stand-up comedy is today, or whatever.
Right. I mean, for a while, I brought him up earlier. Chappelle, definitely had a huge influence, and like that is the I think the majority, like just numbers wise, of comedians like kind of want to be like him in terms of telling a medium-sized joke that's funny all the way through. You know what I mean? And being both a funny person and a personality and someone you want your opinion, like that type of thing. Everybody wants to be that big, and I think so they stylistically borrow from a lot of like how he structures things. Yeah. So I think that's modern. And so
I wonder
alternative
if he feels...
is like postmodern, or maybe there should be, you know what I mean, or maybe what everybody, contemporary comedians are trying to get to a postmodern. You know what I mean by that?
Would you say they're trying to be less popular, less big?
No, I mean like just less. I don't know. The people that aren't trying to, obviously the big, like Austin, comedy. Thing,
yeah.
Like if that represented
that clusterfuck.
Like, yeah. I mean, people listen to those podcasts, around the country. So like there are, I feel like clusters of people like that. So I think that for a while, like was the I think it's reaching.
Joe Rogan is kind of like the Beatles of podcasting. I mean, as much as as bad
especially
as that is.
After WTF ended, in my opinion, in terms of comedy podcasts. And I wouldn't even call. I mean, I didn't even know him as a comedian, and like didn't realize I had seen him on TV and was the Fear Factor guy until years in. And I'm sure we talked about this last time, but I listened to both Joe Rogan and Kill Tony back when they first started, like back when they were radicalized basically into the pieces of shit they are now.
They used to say lots of cool things. They were really edgy. And
they had Dr. Tyson on like long before like you got his celebrity.
Yeah, or they just let it fly and talked about.
They were they are what they are pretending to still be. They were what they are currently pretending to still be, which is like, we're just asking questions, we're just open-minded guys asking questions to everybody on both sides.
I wonder if they realize how...
I mean, I'm sure they were bought out or something, or like blackmailed or some shit, like, or just like got crazy from success, or it's just like...
I wonder what it is.
Fucked up in some way, and
I think it's like
how
the
that happens to
culture.
people.
The culture has made them more TV friendly. It's like I wonder if they realize how TV friendly and like nice that they're trying to be for everybody that they didn't used to be.
We'll see, because the Kill Tony Netflix stuff didn't pop as much as I'm sure they were expecting, and Tony got all that bad press at the RNC. So I am cautiously optimistic that scene is losing traction and people get it, and people don't assume I aspire to get discovered on Kill Tony and start being a shitty person. It's not,
it's a confounding situation where like it would be tough to move there. And then be like, I got to make it work on Kill Tony, especially when like everybody that knows you moved there.
Right.
You're like, if your minute sucks on Kill Tony, that would be horrible.
And it especially sucks because I used to go to South by Southwest, like and like the comedy, like basically the last 5 years before like it became more, conservative down there. It was before Joe Rogan was there, and they had a, Keep Austin Weird, like they had a solid like liberal, Austin as a city, more liberal in Texas.
It makes you wonder if they just made a really bad choice.
A lot of people say they like poisoned the scene, and the guy that ran the comedy tent at South by Southwest stopped doing it like last year, or this will be the first year without him, and like that's where I saw all those comedy.
You wonder if the city that's in place there will always be like against them.
Against Joe Rogan?
The sort of like
I think
the Portlandish crowd, and just like the city the way it was before the big
back when it was cool. I mean, it's a whole
the fat cats moved in and then they put a mask over it.
Right.
Do they? Will the city spit them out at some point? That's what I meant. That's what I'm wondering.
I'm sure that I don't know if they'll like literally evict them or
because both of those got worse. Real people, both of those got worse when they moved to Austin. And that's like about the time for sure. Joe Rogan got worse when he moved to Austin.
Right. And like that regular people from Austin that don't go to South by Southwest were already I hate it when all these people come into town. So I'm sure they're extra angry now. And like, I'm sure South by Southwest is like very confused as to what to, market and what to lean into, because they were so like, futurist and like neo or like progressive, like allegedly progressive, like into tech and stuff. And
so
like,
what do you want the downfall of the awesome comedy scene to look like? And do you think that that will happen? And in how many years?
Will it happen? Yeah, in how many years? I don't know. I'm sure.
Or will it be a sort of a comedy power in the future where it's like they were sort of successful at establishing it?
I think it got, the only thing bigger than Joe is Trump, and I think however MAGA gets resolved, it'll be that,
Okay.
Whether it is resolved or not, you know what I mean? Like I think they're directly correlated now.
Okay, yeah. Once the Trump problem is solved.
Yeah, because I'm sure, Trump probably, I don't know. I mean, Joe's listeners, and like how he is and like what guests he get. I'm sure
he talks about Trump a lot nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, he helped get him elected. Probably. Yeah. I mean,
I feel like it's one of the only things he can talk about is politics, and he used to be more
about science and stuff. Like he had musicians on more often.
Politics is all right, I guess. Like I could talk, I could talk about it for a while, but
right.
I mean, not everybody wants to hear it, but I mean, I like it. It's kind of a thing I can use because it's like everybody has the authority over it that's allowable.
Right. I mean,
it's like everybody can talk about it at any time and have crazy theories about
because
it.
Because it is the ultimate. It's the ultimate social construct. You know what I mean? Like it's
politics and like governances.
Yeah. I mean, even like I've been thinking about this. Like, is justice a human construct? Like, you know what I mean? Is that something that we just
maybe
wish for, or is there like cosmic like, oh, that guy got caught, so there is a more justice value or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Would it get worked out on its own at all, just in nature,
right?
Or like the food chain?
Is justice objective, and is it on a spectrum, or is it at a current state? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we got that lady with the blindfold, and she with
the
thing.
Yep, there is a
and that's like
a literal rhetorical.
So we're like, this is the way it is. Or like, it's very like that symbolic thing. It's like, this is a serious matter.
Right.
She's blind. Like, she's like, she lost her vision in order for justice to come about. And like, that's the way that we treat it. It's like, that's how serious we are about justice.
I was always confused about that as a kid. Like, she can't see that the scales are unbalanced. Like, what's the point? Like, it's like people immediately said justice is blind, like ironically, and it became, a metaphor for,
Yes, I don't know what that is about, just thinking about it now. I couldn't tell you what is justice about the blindfolded lady. Besides she's bound.
Right.
You would need to see stuff to come up with the best accusations.
Maybe she is blind to the truth. Is this the main cat or just a huge tabby?
It's like, I think it's a Maine Coon-ish cat. But it's not like a Maine Coon animal.
Side Coon.
Yeah. You can have that one. You got that one mostly on your own.
I'll take it. Yeah, for
Side
sure.
Coon.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I got a couple cats. I got a Maine Coon and a Side Coon.
Yeah. There are a couple
cool
of them.
Cats.
I like to have a few cats around, yeah.
Yep.
Just to feel more secure.
Yeah, I like to have a couple of cats around.
Yeah, I got two. I was like, why stop there? I got a third one. Got a couple others. Got a side calico or whatever.
Right.
I got calicos, tabbies,
Orange cats, black cats.
Yeah, I like roll around, drive around town with it in my passenger seat.
Get your cats.
Oranges, grays. Those are some of the best. What's your go-to cat?
I've actually never had a long hair, and I do like long hairs, and I do like that
nuts.
Maine Coons are big, and
I like a short haired
outside-
cat or a medium.
medium haired cat.
Yeah.
I mean, I think tabbies are generally more, personable and affectionate.
Tabbies.
I think Siamese are interesting, and the skinless ones are
I mean,
cute and weird in their own way.
it's kind of jazzy take on cats.
Those are the
They're-
jazziest cats. Are the ones that
They're
the
taking
hairless
cats in a
cats.
new direction. That's improv for cats.
Right.
I think they're taking it too far. Really, the skinless ones.
Those hairless cats.
We treat these like the same as the other ones.
God was going with a different direction with cats when he made them.
Yeah, and I don't really like where God is going. I don't agree with God on that one.
I don't agree with God was
God
going
is
with.
making me uncomfortable.
Where are you going with this?
Like God is like
me to God. Where are you going with this?
oh, what the hell, dude?
Right.
What's that about?
Mm-hmm.
The LSD or whatever. All that shit that God does.
Right. Well, no.
God's kind of like Andy Kaufman, like makes people
God
makes
is more
people
jazz and
uncomfortable.
mushroom than LSD and TED Talk.
Yeah, like right. He's so alternative,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like people treat him because of like whatever he's introducing is like it will definitely make you are not custom to it.
Right.
It will make you uncomfortable.
Exactly.
If you were treating it realistically,
Yeah, he presents normally like you're in a normal world, but then he just says these little things, and you're like, what the fuck?
yeah, God's fucked up.
It's a little alternative, though, isn't it? That's just very funny to me.
Yeah, but then it's like everybody tries to capture God, like with their like Methodist church or whatever.
Right. It's the lack of
The modern technology,
Right,
like the
right.
Methodist Church.
Trying to be
whatever.
objective. They're trying to be objective about jazz.
Yeah, exactly.
You have
It's something that's so wide open, and there's like millions of different
How
chemical
can you
compounds
define?
that
How
are
can you
different
define
drugs.
God with a finite number of characters? You know what I mean?
Right. That shouldn't be allowable.
Right.
But people will put it in a box or put it under the title
Right.
First Presbyterian Church,
Right,
whatever. It's like that's the doctrine of here, or
Right,
our statement of facts, like our written documents.
Right. Well, if you're a nihilist, that's just in the human construct, though.
Yeah, the First Presbyterian Church.
God itself.
Okay. I would be more willing to go with that description of it. Or it's like, yeah, it's a construct you don't, it is a big general word like drug.
Right.
Where it's like, kind of goes over everything, but we don't actually we don't actually understand it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because it gets into too many things.
Right.
I mean, in my opinion, it's like God is a mystery, and you shouldn't be going around saying like I talk to God.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Because you wouldn't know that's like conceited.
Well, I think you can't be certain about anything. I hate certainty and finality and stuff like that. So like, that's why I always have to laugh when I try to talk objectively or like argue semantics like that. But when it's in a metaphysical sense, I think it's very cool. Language is our tool.
Yeah. It's a helpful tool to use. And it's nice that it's like words are free.
Yeah. And even trying to define God, makes, some people that wouldn't regularly be into arguing semantics would be interested in that because it's, you have to think about a thing to define it and describe it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Whoa, man.
Dude.
And I didn't even vape on this podcast.
Wow, yeah. I only did caffeine.
Right.
That's what I want to do is do some more drugs on this podcast. I don't ever do anything. I mean, like usually if I get high, it's like not that great. But like I bet it would be a lot of fun to do like mushrooms or something on it.
Delta 9.
Yeah.
It's legal.
Yeah. Yeah, and so God is like, drugs is kind of like a word like God.
Yeah. Is God an item or a thing?
He is that for people. Like,
right.
It is kind of like everything. I mean, not that I'm saying polytheism. I mean, I guess I am saying that. But like, there, like God can be found in all of the things that we create. Because I would say that like people are sort of God, like all humans collectively.
The universe experiencing itself, that type of thing.
Yeah, we're the ones that set the definitions, and then all the shit that we create is God's creations, sort of.
Right.
But that we would use, but like pretty much drug this time. There's just too much that we haven't experienced that we don't know, and so there's like all these chemical compounds that we don't have. Nobody's created the drug, or nobody's trying to get high off of them, like a Delta 13 or just something slightly different from the chemical compound that LSD is.
No human brain has interacted with this, combination of neutrons and whatever.
It's infinite. And that's why drugs are, that's why God is. It's like there's infinite possibilities, pretty much all of them nobody is even thinking about at all.
I'm like 60% certain that when you die, you just assimilate into the multiverse and be everything, and every line of code in a video game, and every song, and every it's
you get disintegrated, and then you hopefully get reintegrated into something else.
Right.
It's kind of like lucky that I would be integrated as this thing, so then like it gets all held together. So like you get to objectively experience things.
Yeah. To sense things.
Yeah, and it's like then it'll end, and we don't know what'll happen when you end. So it's kind of like you gotta enjoy it. You gotta enjoy the ride.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The nature of reality, man. Like.
Yeah. I know.
Why are there things and items?
I know. That's what I sit around just asking myself all the time.
Right.
When I get high, I'm just like, whoa, what are things? Whatever.
What even are we, man?
Yeah. Things are pretty great.
Right. Rhetorically. Things are great. I'm terrible, but things are great.
Yeah. Things are great.
That's another thing that has two different contexts and meanings.
Yeah.
Some good wordplay.
I'm doing great, and things are great, and whatever.
Things are great. I'm terrible. But I love things. Things are great.
Yeah.
Things aren't great, but things are great. Maybe that's it. Things aren't great, but things are great.
Things are good.
Right.
Things are...
I'm just trying...
And things are great.
Right.
Yeah. Things are...
okay, yeah, you can take the other...
Things are everything.
Right.
Yeah, as long as we're still talking about things.
Yeah, we are. We are semantically, but I'm also at the same time trying to construct a joke.
Yeah.
That's purely inflection. No, things are great. Things are things are awful, but things are great. Oh well. Maybe that's more like a line of dialogue in a comedy.
Things happen.
Actual joke.
Things
don't happen. Things are.
Things, stuff,
right?
Items, objects, or whatever.
And is an event a thing?
It's hard to say. I think that's like a space-time continuum kind of question.
Is a party organized by a human being a thing? The event itself,
I guess.
Okay.
It's like, I'm going to the thing. There's like, that's something Norm Macdonald would use it for. It's like, the thing.
Right.
Maybe referring to an event.
Right. Is thing a pronoun?
It basically is a pronoun. That's the thing about pronouns, is that it's just in the place of a noun.
Right.
And it's like lots of things are pronouns. They aren't just like he or him.
Right.
The thing is a pronoun, basically.
Whatchamacallit?
It doesn't... Yeah. I mean, there's no end to pronouns and identify. It's like identifying terms. Or the word item is more of an identifier. The same as the word he. something that goes over everyone.
Right.
Their identity-ish terms, where it's like it makes everybody the same under that label.
Right.
There are terms that are more like that, like drug, and I wonder if it is always true that they're more like synthetic.
Right.
And then
synthetic is the chemical equivalent of a social construct. All synthetics are social constructs. But not all medicine is synthetic.
Yeah, like the word flavor is like kind of artificial because it is it's like an identifier for, because it's like, what's the flavor, you know? A word for
right.
A word for something that it's like
a thing does not
you're adding the flavor, but it's if it's just flavor.
Right. If a thing is not capable of being tasted, does it have a flavor? Like if there weren't any humans,
flavor doesn't have any flavor.
Right.
So it kind of
a thing.
So it's got to be a fake of a term, because there's some words that are like that. That it's like you're a fraud of a term or whatever.
If different animals think different things taste good, then that means that it is kind of flavor. Flavor is a social construct, because if humans didn't exist, an orange wouldn't. Or if nobody ate oranges wouldn't have a flavor. They don't have a flavor until they are tasted.
Yeah.
So I think flavor is a social construct.
Yeah, we categorize it.
But maybe taste isn't. That's the difference between taste and flavor.
Okay.
It's like jazz and TED Talk.
Yeah, so
flavor
there's a diagram
jazz.
for that.
Flavor is jazz. Taste is flavor is drugs. Taste is medicine.
It's kind of like when you get more into the specifics of it, then like that's just that's the real roots thing. But like we get smart and we like categorize everything.
Right.
Like the category names. And more people need to talk about the distinction or something. Like between the so we can sort things out and help ourselves out.
Right.
The difference between the big identifier words,
right,
the categorizers, and then the specifics.
That is most important with mental health diagnoses. You know, because before we had words for these certain patterns, like people, would just it was not understood.
Yeah.
And even understanding is jazz, and knowing is TED Talk.
And I like it. I like just focusing on a word or the idea, like understanding.
Right.
And then like just the way that understanding as a feeling relates to that word.
Right.
It's like it gets understood, or it's like gets misunderstood. Understanding.
Right.
Like misunderstanding gets misunderstood or something like that.
Man, I think understand versus know is the most intriguing one yet, because
understanding versus what?
Understanding something versus knowing something.
Okay.
Because there's a very specific.
I would want to look up and see what is like understand.
Right. But I think we all have the same.
Also,
we all think the same thing when we think of the word understand. I would think so. Don't you think?
Yeah, like we all understand it. Or it's like it would be easy to overlook.
We all understand the definition of understand.
It would be
we
easy.
Can't necessarily define it.
Yeah, be easy to overlook it because, like, understanding.
Right.
I've been down that road a bunch of times.
Right.
Understanding. I mean, it's like a.
I guess knowing.
I understand.
Knowing is like a binary, and understanding is a spectrum.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, that
it's like a digital versus analog.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of applies to jazz and TED Talk. You know what I mean?
Understanding is a really good word that like usually feels good when you are able to use it.
Right.
It's like I understand.
It's satisfying. It's an achievement.
Yeah, like I understand your situation, or like.
Right. I know about your situation. You can know about someone's situation, but not understand their situation. Although.
It also sounds like whenever you say I understand, it's kind of like believable. It's a believable
Right.
term. If somebody says that to me, I'm like, okay, yeah, you do understand.
What time is it? 12:30. I understand. It's always more dramatic. It's like,
Yeah, it's dramatic.
Yeah, it's like, now I know this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man, we should write a dictionary.
Oh yeah, we gotta do something like that.
Words are fun.
Yeah. I'm ready to wrap up if you are.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
I could absolutely talk like that for
Yeah.
hours and hours, but yeah, completely up to you.
All right, yeah, we'll cut it off now then.
Cheers. That was great. I love that.
Yeah, that was fun.